Hello and welcome to the Black Entrepreneur Blueprint Show. I am your host, Jay Jones. Black Entrepreneur Blueprint was created specifically to educate and inspire Black entrepreneurs to launch, build, and grow successful businesses. Join us as we help build an economic power base in the Black community by promoting business ownership. If you are currently an entrepreneur or want to be an entrepreneur, we invite you to join us every week here at Black Entrepreneur Blueprint.
Welcome to the Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, episode number 293. I'm your host, Jay Jones, and today we have another informative and exciting show in store for you. Now, I've been traveling this week, so we're going to be doing a rebroadcast of one of our most downloaded episodes from August 5th of 2019, titled The Freedom Equation, How to Control Time and Money. The Freedom Equation, How to Control Time and Money. Now, before we get to today's show, I just want to share a few things with the BEB family. If you are a first-time listener, welcome to the BEB family. And please stick around until the end of today's broadcast, and I'm going to share all my social media contact information and my resource links, such as my new book, A New Black Wall Street, Circulating the Black Dollar Worldwide by Building Successful E-Commerce Businesses. Also, I just wanted to remind the BEB family, if you're interested in learning how to create passive income with your own digital products, I have 2 spots left to the training on Tuesday, February 25th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Once again, if you are interested in learning how to create a passive income with your own digital products, please go to bebdigital.com, bebdigital.com, and you'll learn how to quickly and easily identify and create your own digital products, what are the best products for you to personally create, how to market and sell your products, what tools you need, how to create a winning lead magnet, and more and more. So if you've been interested in creating digital products and creating that passive income of full-time or part-time passive income, just go to bebdigital.com and register. Once again, it's only for the first 10 people. And as of this recording, there's only 2 spots left. So go to bebdigital.com if you're interested in registering, and I'll see you on the workshop and training. Today, I think, is a very important episode. Not that the others aren't, but we're talking about the freedom equation, how to control time and money. And if you're able to control those 2 factors, I promise you, you're going to live a life that very few people can live. But first, let's start off with the definition of freedom. And freedom is the power or right to act, speak, think, or do as one wants without hindrance or restraint. The power or right to act, think, speak, do as one wants without hindrance or restraint. That's the definition of freedom. And I talk about it all the time. I want to be able to do what I want, when I want to do it, with who I want to do it, without having to ask anybody anything. So if I want to take off 2 weeks and go camping in the woods, I don't want to have to ask my boss to get permission. I want to have abject freedom. Okay, I want to have the freedom to do what I want, when I want, and whatever I want to do. Okay, now, the simple equation for freedom is really controlling time and money. But if you had to put that in equation format, it's cash flow plus passive income equals freedom. That's the equation. Cash flow plus passive income equals freedom. Now, we all know what cash flow means to a business. Cash flow is the lifeblood of your business. So if you don't have cash flow coming in, your business is going to die. Okay. And the definition of cash flow is the total amount of money being transferred in and out of a business. Okay. The total money transferred in and out of a business. And we're going to talk a little bit about cash flow. First and foremost, as I just said, it's the lifeblood of your business. Okay, if you don't have cash coming into your business, you're not going to survive. Like I said, it's like blood. It's like blood in your veins. Okay, my dad used to talk about something about you need to get your everyday money, your every week money, and your every month money. Okay, he was like, if you can do those things, you're not going to have to worry about money whatsoever. So one of the things that we do, a lot of times we use our job as our every week money. Okay, and if that's in the where you are in the process, that's fine. That's your every week money. All right, but you need to get your everyday money and your every month money. Basically, additional cash flow, right? Now, one of the things about cash flow, guys, that you have to be concerned about, and I'm going to give you a real life example, is if your cash flow comes too slowly. So when I started my mortgage business, my partner and I, we had to get loans into the pipeline. We had to get loans closed. Some loans fell out. And then finally a loan would close. But at first it was, every couple of weeks a loan would close. And so those times between that, before we got funded, were hard for us because we didn't have cash flow, because we still had our own personal bills and we still had business bills that we had to take care of and obligations, rent, overhead, all types of licensing, software, and the whole nine. So even though you get money in chunks, which is great, if those chunks aren't big enough to cover the gaps between the slow cash flow, your ass out. You're going to be in trouble. So you need to make sure that you have that cash flow. So based on the type business that you start, okay, you're going to need to make sure that you have cash flow. If you're still working for corporate America, one part or portion of your cash flow comes from your job, and that's cool. But you need additional cash flow. Get your daily cash flow. Get your monthly cash flow. You need to have that. Now, we're talking about the formula cash flow plus passive income equals freedom. Now we're going to talk about passive income real quick. And the definition of passive incomes are earnings derived from sources of which you are not actively involved. Earnings derived from sources which you are not actively involved. And that means, you're not actually sitting there working for the dollar. It's not trading dollars for hours or whatever. So it's passive income. So there are a lot of sources of passive income. So you have real estate investing. So if you own apartment complexes or rental properties, you know that you're going to get paid each and every month as long as that tenant pays. Now, when I say passive income, there's pretty not anything that is totally 100% passive. Okay, you're going to have to do a little maintenance, probably a little bit of work. But it's a lot different from trading dollars for hours. So if you're going to work today and you're listening to this, you're trading dollars for hours. Okay, passive income, once again, is earnings derived from sources of which you're not actively involved. So some of the sources, once again, of passive income are real estate. Okay, e-commerce. If you have dividends, from stocks or bonds, preferred stocks or bonds, annuities, or royalties. So if you're in the music business or you write books or movies or whatever, you have royalties. So that's why you see a lot of these actors, especially the A-list actors. Yeah, they make a ton of money off, up front for their fee for the movie, but they also get back end in royalties. So in the music business, ASCAP. Okay, so you can have producers that maybe had, 5 hits 30 years ago that are still making money based on their royalties when these songs are played. So you have royalties on books. So there's all types of passive income. Now, what I want to focus on is the reality of where you can create the passive income. All right. To me, I think real estate is the number one way to create passive income if you're able to do that. Not everybody is in a position to buy investment properties. But if you are, you need to look at, residential properties. You need to look at apartment buildings. You need to look at commercial properties, and you need to look at mixed use properties, which are a combination usually of retail on the bottom and residential up top. But the benefits of real estate are not only are you getting that passive income from rental, you can gain equity in your property as the value of the property goes up. So to me, that's a double banger right there. So real estate to me would be number one. You also have e-commerce. You have dividends from your annuities and your stocks and bonds, and then there's royalties. So if you're in the music business, you get royalties. If you publish a book, you'll have royalties. If you're in the movies, you'll get royalties. So to me, though, real estate is number one. And the reason I'm so big on e-commerce is, when I consider that number two, is because it's a low barrier to entry. And if you build it right, it can be humongous. So right now I'm recording this in my office, and I'm sitting here looking at several boxes of products from several of my brands that I have to send into Amazon. And so when I talk about passive income with e-commerce, I'm not talking about, going to Walmart, finding a product that's 50% off and then go putting it on Amazon and making the difference. That's retail arbitrage. And that's basically doing is creating a job for yourself, because you have to go and source and find those products that are on sale. But when you have the products already sitting in your office and all you need to do is send them to Amazon or your other fulfillment companies, that's creating passive income. So just to give you an idea, guys, in terms of e-commerce, I just once again think it's the second best way. If you're not able to get into real estate or you're not interested in real estate, then look at e-commerce. So you can sit there and create a job or work at a job and still do e-commerce business. I'm going to tell you about one of my coaching students, very, very new coaching student that I've just been working with for the last 3 to 4 months, and young brother that's just got out of college, and he has a job. Left college, he has a job, but his game plan is he wants to be out of corporate America in 3 to 5 years. So simultaneously, he started his own e-commerce business, and he's I'm telling you guys, this is crazy. In the first 3 to 4 months, he's doing about $4,000 in net profit a month with 2 products. Okay, I'm not going to tell you what the products are, but they're great products, nothing fancy, nothing crazy. And so now, in addition to his job, he's taking that $4,000 or whatever he's making and he's banking it. And what he wants to do eventually is to parlay that money into real estate. But he's continuing to build passive income while he's working. So if the numbers hold true, which they should increase if he continues to do what he does, I'm just going to use $5,000 a month in passive income. So if he has $5,000 a month in passive income each year or each month for 12 months, that's $60,000 for 1 year. So say he stays in for 3 years. That's 60 times 3, which is $180,000. Now, depending upon what area of the country you live in, you can buy some rental properties for $180,000, and you don't necessarily have to spend cash. So if his credit is good or whatever, he can leverage that $180,000 and buy multiple units, okay? Or he can do some rehab or whatever he wants to do. But once again, it's creating passive income. So the whole key, guys, is to, once again, with the equation is cash flow plus passive income. The problem with a lot of businesses is when you start a business and you leave corporate America and you go out on your own to start your business, you don't have the cash flow. So when your bills are coming due and your cash flow is sporadic, that's when you get jammed up if you don't have money in your pocket to handle that. So building up cash flow with your business, passive income plus cash flow equals freedom. The ability, and I say it all the time, but there are new listeners that haven't heard this, but one of the blessings that I have is now anyway, because I learned the hard way. When my girls were playing field hockey all the time, we could travel. I didn't miss a home game for 3 years. I didn't miss a home game, an away game, a scrimmage, any of the camps that they used to go to, like with their club teams traveling all over the country. We went to Florida, Maryland, DC, Virginia, all types of different places. And I never missed any of that because I had freedom. I had the cash flow and the passive income. So those are the type things that, I'm just talking about my kids, but those are the type things that you can't replace. So your kids only grow up once. That's it. But I've been blessed that I've had time to spend with them doing things like that. I mean, I've known a lot of fathers and mothers that couldn't go and share all those memories with their kids. And some of my kids were friends on the team. They're like, damn, did your dad work? Yeah, he works. I just figured it out. Cash flow plus passive income equals freedom. That's the freedom equation. When you're able to manipulate time and money, it's a wrap, man. So that's what you got to focus on. So once again, I'm just going to rehash real quick. The definition of freedom is the power or right to act, speak, think, or do as one wants without hindrance or restraint. Okay? That's the definition of freedom. And the simple equation for freedom, which basically means controlling your time and your money, is cash flow plus passive income equals freedom. So if you're not working on something that's providing you passive income, then you're not working towards your freedom equation. You got to be working on something that's going to provide you passive income. Software, which is, I guess, would come under e-commerce. So if you created a software program or subscription program, that's passive income. You create an ebook or whatever, and it's selling like crazy. That could be passive income. Real estate, obviously. Any e-commerce, any dividends that you're getting from, stocks or bonds or any annuities and any type of royalties. You got to focus on passive income if you want freedom. If you don't want freedom, then you're going to have to exchange dollars for hours or hours for dollars. And remember, we're talking about controlling time and money. You can control your time, and if you can control your money, you're good. So that's what you need to focus on. A lot of times we're looking at businesses and opportunities that, here's a real life example. So if you're a CPA and you want to start your own CPA firm, that is great. That is great. Do that. But what you need to start looking at after you start your CPA firm and you start doing the taxes and everything else an entrepreneur does, how now can you create passive income from this? Can you hire an office manager? Can you hire the accountants to do the work? And all you do is oversee and manage it. We have to always start to think deeper if you want to live the life that you want to live. And it goes in stages. So I'm not saying that you got to start off automatically. You got it. I know it goes in stages. I didn't get there overnight. I had to figure the thing out. And I had to go through the different stages to get the passive income and the cash flow. And you can't have one without the other. You got to have them both to create freedom. Okay? Like I said, in the mortgage business, when we first started, we're closing loans maybe every 4 to 6 weeks. We're getting chunks of money, but the cash flow wasn't there. And in between those loan closings, bills were due. Until those pipelines got built up and we were closing loans every week, that was the cash flow. But at that time, I didn't have the passive income because I was doing the work. Now, with my e-commerce businesses and my other stuff, I have passive income. So I have flexibility. So this past week, my daughter was moving into her new apartment for college. So Friday, I didn't have to ask my boss, can I take off Friday? Went down, did what we need to do. Helped her out. It's the freedom. And once you get to that point where you have the freedom, now you can do what God designed you to do. You can work on projects and things that are of importance to you. So if you have the cash flow and the passive income, all right, cash flow and passive income, if you want to help the homeless, if you want to volunteer here, you're not worried about making money because that's already taken care of. So just think about how your life would be if you didn't have to worry about where your next dollar was going to come from. Passive income and cash flow. How to control time and money, family. And if you're not thinking this, you better start. You better start. It's called the freedom equation, how to control time and money. See, the problem is most people have either one or the other. They have more money and no time, or they have no money and more time. So the more money and no time may be a high-ranking executive that makes a ton of money, but they're stressed out and they're working 60, 70 hours a week, and they don't have time to enjoy their money. I know a lot of people like that. Then you have the flip side where people don't have any money, but they got more time than anybody else. The problem is you don't want to be in any of those situations. You want to be somebody that controls the time and the money. And it takes strategy to get to that point. So whatever you're doing now, even if you're working a full-time job and listening to this, what you need to do is start strategizing. How are you going to create cash flow and passive income to create your freedom? Are you going to use money from your job, okay, which is part of your cash flow right now? And are you going to save it up to invest in real estate? Are you going to look to get into e-commerce? Are you going to look to invest in the stock market? Okay. What are you doing to do that? If you're currently an entrepreneur, have you created freedom in your business? Now, when I first started, I didn't even think about freedom. All I thought about was the money. But as time went on and things happened in my life, the freedom became more important to me than just the money. And so if you're currently an entrepreneur in your business, how can you create the cash flow and the passive income? If you're a CPA, how can you get out of doing the taxes and create the passive income and the cash flow? You got to figure that out. And it's a roadmap. Okay. That's the freedom equation, family. How the freedom equation, how to control time and money. And the equation is cash flow plus passive income. And I just want to go back to the young brother that I'm mentoring right now. He's in my coaching program. 4 months, 3 to 4 months in, $4,000 net on his e-commerce business. Now, what can happen if you do your e-commerce business correctly? I mean, there are people now, you can see this anywhere. $10, $20, $30, $40, $50,000 a month. And if you're able to do that for several months, and you can build up that cash flow and you want to parlay that into real estate or some other passive income, source, you can do that. And that's why I say real estate is number one if you're able to do that. But e-commerce is number two because it's a lower barrier to entry. And if you do it right, it can supersede anything that you can think of. When I first started, and it was crazy, when I first started going from 2,000, 4,000, 5,000, 10, 20, 30, 50, like I said, I've done $92,000 a month in e-commerce passive income. And when you start doing stuff like that, and that's not common, that's during the holiday season and stuff like that. But there are people out there doing that every day. They're doing that $90,000, $100,000 a month. That's where I'm trying to get to. But when you start to see that and you get a taste of that, your mind changes. So it's almost like if you're used to playing in the NBA and now you got to go down to the D League and you playing in front of 500 people. It's funny, I'm watching this show on Netflix, Last Chance U, and I just started watching it. And what it is, it's the college I'm looking at, I think it's East Mississippi Community College or whatever it is. But they got players that used to play. What it is, it's a community college for football players that may have been at a higher Division I and may have had some problems in terms of academics or behavior or whatever, and they're trying to get their stock back up. So they're going to this community college where they can, get their profile back up, get their grades on track, and then go back to a big D1 school. But they had cats in there from like Florida State, all these big SEC schools and ACC schools that are used to playing in front of 100,000 people, and now they're playing in front of 500 people. Okay? And when you're accustomed to a certain level of be it income or a certain level of things, and now you got to drop down, it's very hard for you to focus and function in there. And it's almost like if you used to make $250,000 at one job, and now you got laid off or whatever, and you're making $60,000 at your new job. You can't sit tight with that because you know that there's something better. And that's what we need to get to, guys, with this freedom equation. There's something better out there. If you don't have this, there's something better out there that you need to reach for. Cash flow plus passive income equals freedom. But once you've had a taste of that, I guarantee you're never going to want to go back to what you do. And it's all a mindset thing. So if you're currently working for somebody else right now and you're looking to make the transition, make sure cash flow plus passive income equals freedom. If you're an entrepreneur, you're doing your own thing and you don't have that freedom, cash flow plus passive income equals freedom. So you need to be working toward this if that's your goal. I remember another instance when my partners and I owned a mortgage business, and we had looked at buying a RE/MAX franchise. We figured, all right, we're doing the mortgages. Let's get into selling real estate. And my dad at the time he had his broker's license, so he was going to be the broker of record. And what happened was we had gone to this meeting. We're all suited up, and the guy that we were talking to from RE/MAX, he actually owned the rights to a large territory. So it was the summertime, and we came up to the meeting. We all suited up. It's hot as hell outside, like 95 degrees. This dude comes in the meeting with a t-shirt, shorts, and flip-flops. And it's funny. I was like, shit, he can do that. Do you know why? Because he can. He got passive income. He was in control. I think he said he had 7 RE/MAX offices, over 160 or 70 realtors that were working under him. This was the corporate office, and basically he was doing what he wanted to do. He had the passive income, and he also had the cash flow, and he was making money. And once you get to that point, guys, I'm telling you, it's hard to go back to something else. So cash flow plus passive income equals freedom. Don't forget that. Now, I know today's show was a little bit different because I didn't give you actionable steps, but I wanted to give you a framework of what you need to start thinking about and how you need to shape or frame your business, okay, as you get there. And once again, there's ways to get to this. It's not like you're going to automatically go from where you are right now to cash flow plus passive income. So if you have to do something and parlay money to get to that point, then do that. Like the young brother that's still working a full-time job and that, and still has his e-commerce business, and his job, or what he wants to do, is parlay those e-commerce profits into real estate. And if he keeps doing what he's doing, he'll be there in no time. So think about it, family. The freedom equation, how to control time and money. And if you're a magician like that and you can control that time and money, man, all bets are off, baby. It's going to be a beautiful life. Now, before we get to the last quarter of the show, I just want to share my resource links. And at the very end of the show, I'm going to share all my social media contact information so you guys can connect with me via social media. But in terms of resource links, my new book is out, A New Black Wall Street, Circulating the Black Dollar Worldwide by Building Successful E-Commerce Businesses. So you can go to anewblackwallstreet.com, pick yourself up a copy. The print copy is $14.95 and the digital copy is $9.95. Now, if you need additional assistance building your successful, sustainable e-commerce business, I've created a compatible online course titled EducatedEcommerce.com. EducatedEcommerce.com. You can go there and enroll in my flagship course. Now, you guys know Black Entrepreneur Blueprint is all about building an economic power base in the Black community. And so I've created 2 platforms to help us circulate Black dollars worldwide. The first one is BeSmartByBlack.com. BeSmartByBlack.com. So if you are a Black product producer and wants to connect with Black consumers worldwide, it is free to upload your information. Just go to BeSmartByBlack.com. Now, for any freelancers, if you do anything on Fiverr.com or Freelancer.com, I've created a platform for you titled HireBlackFreelancers.com. HIRE BlackFreelancers.com. Same thing applies. It's free to upload your information. So if you're trying to find Black consumers and Black businesses that want to hire a Black freelancer, please upload your contact information there. Also, If you want me to come out and speak for my book tour or any of my lectures, please go to bookjjones.com, fill out the short form, and I'll get right back to you. So if you have a church, an organization, a school, college, high school, or whatever, just go to bookjjones.com and I will get right back to you. Also, just a reminder, if you're looking to build a part-time or full-time passive income by creating digital products, just go to bebdigital.com and you can enroll in the live workshop training, bebdigital.com, and you can be one of the 10 people enrolled in the live workshop training on Tuesday, February 25th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If for some reason you enroll and miss the actual event, there will be a replay and you'll have access to it at all times. Also, to get all my resource links and contact information, just go to bebconnect.com, bebconnect.com, like Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, bebconnect.com. And what that does, it will take you to a page on my website where you'll have the latest podcast episode. You'll have all of my resource links and my social media contact links. So make sure you go to bebconnect.com. And I need to say this, guys. Last month, even though it was July, man, we had more downloads last month than any other month. And once again, family, I attribute that all to the BEB family. Thank you so much. Please continue to spread the word. We're trying to get this good word out there. We're trying to get this black dollar circulated worldwide. And that's what it's all about. Without the economic power base, family, nothing else happens. You see what's going on in the community right now. We getting over here abused by police. We got an idiot in the White House. And we got to have an economic power base to affect change. And nothing happens without economics. Like my t-shirt says, there's no revolution without economics. Economics affects policy. It affects politics, obviously, which affect policy. You know, it affects narrative. It affects media. It affects everything. And the reason that we're not getting stuff changed in government is because we're not creating political action committees and electing officials that are going to do the things that we need to do. So it's all about an economic power base. That's what Black Entrepreneur Blueprint is about. And I want to once again thank the BEB family members. Thank you guys so much for sharing the information, because it's got to get out there. There's a lot of stuff out there that we watch and listen to and that we put in our brain. It's entertainment. Yeah, I watch a lot of stuff too. But the bottom line is the bottom line. All right, it's economics. It's black economics in order to pull us up from where we are to get us to the point we need to be. So please continue to spread the word about the podcast, about all the other platforms. You know, Be Smart by Black, Hire Black Freelancers, A New Black Wall Street, Educated E-Commerce, you know, all of that type of stuff. Because the goal and objective is black economic empowerment. So please continue to spread the word via social media, word of mouth, and all that good stuff. I didn't mean to go on a tangent, man, but that's really what my assignment is, to get this good word out there and to help us move from point A to point B. So if you need to connect with me, anything long, hit me on my email, jjones@blackentrepreneurblueprint.com, JAYJONES@blackentrepreneurblueprint.com. Facebook, just go to Facebook, BEB, Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Please like the page. Twitter, hit me at jjones001. That's JAYJONES001. Instagram, jjones for real, JAYJONES, the number 4, REAL. YouTube, just go to YouTube and type in Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, and please hit the subscribe button. I have additional content on YouTube, so please check that out. Now, yes, the show does come out on YouTube, but I have additional content also. LinkedIn, just go to LinkedIn, J Jones Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Connect with me there. For it to be included in the BEB text line for notifications and reminders about special events, text BEB to 555-888. Text BEB to 555-888. And last but not least, if you want me to come out and speak at an organization, a church, school, college, whatever, you can book me at bookjjones.com. Just go to bookjjones.com and fill out the form, and I'll get right back to you. I love you guys. I'll see you same time next week. Peace.